Hi friends, Mindy here. I have a quick process video for you today. I'm going to be covering a pocket journaling Bible. This is a kit that you can get from Bythewell4God. I've done this multiple times on my channel, so I'll try to be brief, but I just wanted to show you all the things that you get with this kit. So you get 36 journaling cards here in 4 different colors. You get 4 sheets of stickers. You of course get your pocket journaling Bible here, and then several different fabrics. You get 2 that you can choose from to actually wrap your Bible, and then a couple different size scraps that you can use to decorate the front. So right here I'm just kind of deciding which one of these main fabrics I want to use. I really love this ticket fabric, but in the end I decided to go with this floral one because this is actually going to match the journal that I created for Take Heed. And so I'm going to just show you that's the journal that I created. I will link that video down below. And then so the first thing that I'm going to do now that I have decided on my fabric is I'm going to kind of dry fit this before I do anything. And I want to kind of loosen up the spine just a little bit. This is just going to help make this a little bit easier to use, make sure that it's nice and flexible when I go to actually like start putting pages and stuff in it. So I am wrapping this, just like I said, I'm going to dry fit it. So first I'm just making sure I have, you know, a good portion on either side, and then I'm just going to hold it in place with these little clips. I get asked about these clips a lot. I got them at the grocery store near the automotive department, and I know someone had said they've seen something similar at Dollar Tree, so they're just really handy. But of course you could use a paper clip or a bulldog clip or whatever you have, just to kind of hold everything in place. And then I'm trimming down this piece here just to add it as an accent piece around the spine, just to give it a little bit more interest. Like I said, I've done this multiple times on my channel, so I hope it's not cumbersome to see me do it again, but thought you would like to see this one. They always have these kits available in multiple colorways, so they once in a while, every month or every other month, they do one that matches the kit. And then but there's always other colorways available as well, so be sure to check out the website for that. I will put my affiliate link down below if you're interested in that. These make great gifts. I have used them for sermon notes and all different kinds of things. And so I am using a Cocoina glue stick. This is a glue stick that's like a paste, and so you can use this and it's not going to like leak through your fabric like in the way that a liquid adhesive would. That's not to say that you can't use a liquid adhesive. You certainly can. If you do, I would just suggest doing a really thin coat and spreading it really evenly so you don't have any areas where it seeps through the fabric or kind of makes the fabric hard. So I just, the Cocoina glue sticks, they work great. I've not had any problems with them. And so that's just what I'm using for today. And then I went ahead and I glued on that accent piece the same way. I kind of work in sections, so I started at the back and then I went around the spine and then I went to the front, and I did the same thing with that accent piece. And now I'm cutting some little triangles at the beginning and end of the text block, and then cutting off just a little bit of this excess fabric around the corners. That's just going to make it so that it's really easy to wrap. So I'm going to start with the long edge here and glue that down, and then I'm going to put some clips to kind of hold that. And then because these Bibles have a rounded corner, you could try to do just like a straight miter, but I'm going to kind of try and pleat it. So basically I kind of fold it, and then I add a little bit of glue, and then kind of fold it over again on itself and just kind of pleat around the corner. That's just going to help it to get those nice rounded corners from the Bible being rounded. You can see it. So instead of like a 90-degree miter that you would do like with other kinds of books, these are rounded. So this is the kind of way you can do that. You'll see I'm just adding some glue onto the fabric and onto the Bible, and then I'm folding it. I'm going to add a little bit more glue there, and then I'm going to fold it again, and that should pretty much stick. I'm just making sure that when I put my clips on, I'm going to put those right over on those corners. That's just because there's the extra glue and the extra fabric there. I just want to make sure that I have something right on those corners to kind of hold everything down while I work on the other side. So I'm going to do the exact same thing to the other side, and then now I need to get these little spine pieces tucked down in there. So I'm just using a little paper clip that I've opened up. I added some glue on there, and then as I started putting in here, I realized I could just trim this down a little bit so I'm not dealing with so much bulk of the fabric, because there are 2 pieces of fabric going down in there. And you can see I'm just using, you could use a pokey tool or an awl, or whatever you have. A paper clip in this instance works perfectly. You just kind of tuck it down in there, and it will stay tucked in there. And then now I'm going to fold my end papers. These also come in the kit. This is just to make those edges really nice. And before I do that, I decided I wanted to add just a little bit more to the cover. And so what I'm going to do is add this trim as a transition between those 2 pieces of fabric. And I'm doing this before I do the end papers because I want to wrap this around, and so that the ends fold underneath the end papers as well. So for this, I am actually going to, I'm going to trim down my 2 pieces, but I'm actually going to use Fabri-Tac glue for this. I wasn't sure about the cocoina glue. It would probably have worked, but in my mind, I just thought it would be easier to do the Fabri-Tac, since I'm dealing with this kind of crocheted lace trim. So I just added a really thin bead of this glue along the edge, where those 2 fabrics are. And then I'm just going to lay this down, and then I'm going to wrap the 2 edges around to the inside. And then on here, I'm just going to use the cocoina glue and you can see it sticks down just fine. But then the end paper is going to go over that, and it'll just keep everything nice and secure. So I'm going to do that on the back side as well, just so that they match. And now I need to do my end papers, and I want to put a little piece of paper in there just to kind of protect the rest of the text block. And I like to do this page first so that I can get it nice and lined up and make sure everything is neatly on there, so I don't have one of the other end paper kind of sticking out from behind it. And then I will just go in, and now I will add the glue to the other piece here. And then when I do this part, I like to kind of tuck that the fold right down into the gutter of the text block there, and that's just gonna make sure everything lines up really nicely. And then again, I'm gonna put those clips, especially right there on the corners, and also right where the lace pieces are, just to make sure everything is nice and snug as it's drying. And then I'm going to do that exact same thing to the other cover. Just going to use this to kind of protect the pages. And then this is basically what it looks like. I will probably use this fabric as a belly band after I have all my notes and things in this Bible. And so I'm going to leave that to the end. I'm not sure if I will use this piece for the cover. I may use it in the actual Bible, but I will definitely create a belly band closure out of this other piece of fabric here. But I'm going to do that after I have filled the Bible. I've been doing that the last couple times, and it just actually works out really well for me. So at this point, I'm going to take off all my little clips here, and I'm going to set this underneath some heavy books just for a couple hours while it dries completely, just to make sure everything stays stuck down really well. And that's pretty much it for me. So if you like this video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and until next time, bye.